potato?
It's a sweet potato, yes.
And then chicken and cabbage. All right, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Empathetic Wanderers. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are headed to go get some food. One of the first times that I came to Korea, a friend of mine was living here and he took me out to this restaurant to try this dish called Dak Galbi, which is basically chicken and veggies like fried with gochujang sauce, or gochujang sauce, jang sauce. And really loved it and haven't had it since. I actually didn't even know what it was called. I had to text him with a photo that I took in like 2014. I was like, what is this? So he lived here for a while, and so he let me know. Actually, his name is Jeff. That's kind of irrelevant, but I think it's funny or interesting. What am I talking about? Anyways, so he showed me where one restaurant that he really liked was, and so I'm gonna head there. I'm gonna take a bus. First I have to drop by an ATM, and then I'm going to get on a bus, and should be like 20 or 30 minutes. It is a restaurant near Yongsan Station. So let's go get some grub. Yeah, so Alright, we just got here. I am about to walk in and I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to say, or in Korean or in general. So let's see how this goes. Alright, well that did not work out. I will probably go back to that place. They were very nice, but apparently, and I've actually heard this before on like another YouTuber's channel, there are a lot of places, I don't know which types of foods, but this one did, where they only allow you to sit down at the restaurant if you have 2 or more people. So one person cannot sit down and get food. So a couple issues that came up is I just don't speak enough Korean, which I'm learning, I'm trying, but there's only so much I can do so quickly. And they clearly said, they must have said, because I assume that was probably the first thing they said when they saw me walk in by myself, they must have said 2 people or something like that. And I nodded because what I heard, and this is my fault for thinking I know Korean, I thought he said 2 minutes. So I guess I got 2 right, but I guess the part I thought was minutes was actually people. So I sat down and let me walk a little bit away. I sat down and they brought over like all of the little fixings for the Dak Galbi, and they came over again and said, they said something and I couldn't understand. I said, I'm so sorry, my Korean is very bad, and then the person handed me an English menu, and it's like, great, they must be just asking me about, like, you know, what type of food I want or something like that. So I looked at it for a second, then I said, oh, Dak Galbi, joo-say-yo. It's like, please give me Dak Galbi. And so she started saying the same thing that the person said at the beginning, which I had thought was 2 minutes. And so I was like, this doesn't sound right. I'm sorry, I don't understand. So I said, you know, hold on, let me see if there's Wi-Fi around here. Because a lot of times there's just like randomly open Wi-Fi. And so I'm trying to connect, and they're just kind of standing there. And we finally get to, they connect me to their Wi-Fi, and the woman gets on my Google Translate, and it says, she types in, the order is for 2 people. And I probably should have connected the dots at this point, given that I had heard that this was a thing in Korea, but I just said, you know, can I order it, and then, like, I'll just eat all of it, right? And she said, oh, takeaway. And again, I feel like when you start to retell stories like this, I'm gonna set this up on here. I feel like when you start to retell stories, like, you realize, like, oh, there were a lot of signs that maybe should have made me realize that there was something else going on. So I assumed she meant, like, oh, and then you'll take the rest away. And my place is like probably 45 minutes from where I am right now. And I was like, sure, yeah, of course. Like, I love that. If I can't eat everything, I'll, whatever. And then I, like, almost instantaneously, I'm like, oh, I think she means I have to leave the restaurant and just order it to go. To which I'm like, well, I don't think, like, I think everything is gonna be, like, totally cold by the time I get back to my place. So I'm like, oh, and this, I kid you not, this was maybe 15 seconds after she said that. And I say, so I said, oh, I can't eat here. And she said, no. And as she's saying no, they start bringing the food out. So, I mean, the turnaround between an order and the food coming out was like maybe like 30 seconds. So then I'm like, oh great, now I'm in even a worse situation because now they're giving me the food, and if they don't let me, and mind you, there's no one in the restaurant. If I showed the clip before me walking in, you'll see like there was one couple sitting at the restaurant and maybe like 20 tables. So I'm thinking like maybe she'll just be like, okay, eat really fast, like eat a little bit really fast and then take the rest to go or something like that. But it did not turn out that way. They did not budge, and then I felt really bad because I was like, well, now I'm gonna waste food, because they were like, well, we can just cancel the order. I was like, I don't want to waste the food. And if they had said, and so I said, are you gonna throw this food away? Because she was like, I'll cancel it, it's no big deal, I'll cancel it. This is, of course, all going back and forth with my Google Translate, which is a fun conversation to have, and I'm sure she thoroughly enjoyed it. I wish I spoke more Korean. But then I said, will you throw this food away if I leave? Like, if you cancel it? She said, no. I said, okay, as long as you're not gonna waste the food, I just don't wanna waste it because it was a bunch of food. I mean, it makes sense that it's like for 2 people. And so it all ended up fine. I feel really bad that I didn't realize it was gonna come out that fast, and I didn't know, I don't know. Well, now I know that ibun is 2 people. I think that's what they said, ibun. So when I walk in, if they say ibun, then I know not to order anything. But I'm definitely gonna go back with another person, hopefully tomorrow. So I'll just tack the rest of that onto this video. But just so you know, if you're traveling by yourself in Korea, there are restaurants, and again, I still don't know all of the types. There are restaurants where you have to go with more than 1 person, and they won't let you sit down at the restaurant if you do. So, but super nice about everything, and I'm excited to try it. The food looked really, really good. So, and this is a place my friend recommended, so I'd really like to go back and hopefully be with a friend of mine that may speak Korean as well, so that they can express my apologies for kind of screwing up a little bit of their workday. So hopefully the next clip will be me heading to the same restaurant. We'll see. Alright, so we're here at this restaurant here in, where are we? Yongsan, near Yongsan Station, and I'm wearing different clothes now because I wasn't able to get in last time because you need 2 people. So I came back with my friend, Yongda, and he is here. We're just getting... cheese on it? Yeah. Yeah. They have cheese, they have potato, they have they've got well, what do you like? Cheese is always good. Yeah. But I will get back to you when we get out. Okay, so we have the rice cake right there, right?
Yes.
And then this is sweet potato?
That's a sweet potato, yes.
And then chicken and cabbage and then what's all of this? What is this soup? Because I get served it in every meal.
It's probably different soup every time. Like every restaurant have their like, it's like a daily soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this is just cabbage with like mayonnaise?
Yes. I feel like that one's with sprout. This is a sprout soup.
Okay. And then this is...
That's the like spice zone that you would want to dip your meat in.
Is this isn't gochujang, right?
No, it's a similar concept, but it's made out of mostly with beans and...
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this is just fermented cabbage,
yes. Garlic,
and...
It's green onion kimchi, like a kimchi that's made out of green onion.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Alright, so now is the part of the video, like I've said before, where I just give you a couple phrases, a couple sentences, a couple words that might be useful in this situation, in the language that I'm speaking in that country. So for this, obviously it's Korean. This video is about Dak Galbi, and so these sentences are going to be useful in this scenario. So the first one is one that I use all the time. You hear me use it. I probably tried to cut it out as much as I could because I said it so many times, which is, do you speak English? Obviously a very useful sentence to know. That sentence is 영어 할 줄 아. That sentence is 영어 할 줄 아. Oh my gosh. 영어 할 줄 아세요? 영어 할 줄 아세요? Sorry, when I try and say it slowly, I get caught. Like, I tongue twisted. It's fast, it's 영어 할 줄 아세요? But slow, it's 영어 English. 할 줄 아세요? 영어 할 줄 아세요? Alright, and the second sentence is going to be something that I say a lot of times because I like beer, and it's just a useful thing to know. I've talked about it in past videos. Just requesting something is a very easy thing to be able to say, and it's just subject 주세요, subject 주세요. So in this one it's going to be a little bit more complicated only because I'm going to talk about how you say more than one. So this sentence is, can we get 2 beers? Can we get 2 beers? So that sentence would be 맥주 2개 주세요. 맥주 2개 주세요. So 맥주 is beer, 2개 is 2, 주세요 is please. 2 is the part of the sentence that is 2. 개 is like kind of like a way to signify that you're asking for like something in like a number of something. It just signifies like an object. It's more of like a structural part of Korean. It doesn't translate to 2, so it's just something that you need to put in. And so yeah, so slowly it's 맥주 2개 주세요. Fast it's 맥주 2개 주세요. So the last one is another one that I say all the time because I love kimchi, which is, can I have more kimchi? So when you come to a restaurant in Korea, oftentimes they will just, not often, almost every time, I would say 95% of the time, they'll bring you all this banchan. Banchan is like the side dishes that come for free with the dish, the main dish that you get. One of them is almost always kimchi, and I love kimchi. So oftentimes I eat all my kimchi and I need more. So this is just, can I have more kimchi please? Which would just be 김치 좀 더 주세요. 김치 좀 더 주세요. 김치 좀 더 more 주세요 please. 김치 좀 더 주세요. So I hope that was helpful. These are sentences that I use in restaurant scenarios, and so I thought that they might be useful for you. Please let me know in the comments if they weren't, if they were, how I can improve, what I can do differently, and I hope it was helpful. So let's just finish up the video here. Alright, so I'm not sure you can even hear me. It's very loud in here. I'm just finishing up here. Super good. But I think I mentioned like kind of what the makeup was. It's chicken vegetable dish, sauteed in like a really spicy jang sauce. And then we added some sweet potato and cheese. I got a beer and we got our little and we're gonna wrap up here. Alright, so that was definitely a success. I am super glad that I got to spend that time with Dak. I don't get to see him very often. We've known each other for about 5 years, but we're kind of always in different parts of the world, so didn't really vlog while we were sitting there because just wanted to catch up. But the food was super good. He kind of likened it to like mac and cheese in the United States, as in like it's basically like a comfort food. So he said basically can't really go wrong. The place I went was a recommendation of a friend of mine, and so he thinks that there is a right place to go. But all in all, super good. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope if you're ever in South Korea, or you go to, you know, the area of your town where there's more Korean restaurants, that you're able to grab some Dak Galbi. And let me know if you've gone anywhere in Seoul that you really enjoyed, whether it be Dak Galbi or it be a different type of food. I'd really like to try out some other places, particularly foods that I'm not super familiar with, that I don't even know to look for, and I will vlog that too. So hope you're all having a wonderful day. Thanks so much for Thanks so much for watching. Let's all be empathetic, keep spreading empathy, spreading positivity, keep wandering, keep seeing the world, and have a wonderful day. Thanks so much. Bye.